If you think the teams in the W don't care about the Commissioner's Cup, man, let me tell you again, because this Sun and Fever game had a whole lot of chippiness to it. It started with this: J.C. Sheldon poking Caitlin Clark in the eye. Probably incidental, but Marina Mabrey did not like that one bit, shoving CC down to the ground after CC first kind of bumped Mabrey. Mabrey would get a tech and would stay in the game. They would have a game still to play, and Fever up easily by 17 here, and tray balls there from Caitlin Clark. The Fever win 80-71. Here's Coach Stephanie White.
When the officials don't get control of the ball game, when they allow that stuff to happen, and it's been happening all season long. All season long. It's not just this game. It's been happening all season long. This is what happens, right? This is what happens. You've got competitive women who are the best in the world at what they do, right? And when you allow them to play physical and you allow these things to happen, they're going to compete. And they're going to have their teammates' backs. It's exactly what you expect, right, out of fierce competition. So I started talking to the officials in the first quarter, and we knew this was going to happen. You could tell it was going to happen. So they got to get control of it. They got to be better. They got to be better.
So the Fever are moving on to their first Commissioner's Cup final appearance. It will be the Fever on one side, the Lynx on another, for a game that will be played July 1st at 8 Eastern. That's the basketball side of things, but there's more to this story when it comes to that Fever game that we just showed you. And let's bring in our very own Terrika Foster-Brasby to make sense of all of this. After the game, Terrika, Caitlin Clark said she wanted to talk about basketball. Didn't want to talk about the pushing and shoving, but I don't want to talk basketball right now. Let's get to the pushing and shoving. And I'm curious how you feel about this entire situation, because push alerts were sent out all over from every single app when this happened. What did you make of how it all played out from both sides?
Well, there's a lot of different factor and a lot of different things to put into context here, right? And just reading the bottom bar about the WNBA becoming too physical. The WNBA has been physical. It's been physical since its inception. Like, these women are ball players, and they play the game like ball players play the game. And that requires, at times, being physical. I do think, however, that sometimes there are moments where you feel like the physicality is unwarranted. For example, I don't think it's possible to intentionally poke somebody in the eye, right? This is the same situation that we had last year with Caitlin Clark. It's difficult to intentionally poke somebody in the eye in the heat of the moment. So was JC intentionally trying to do that to Caitlin? Probably not. Was Caitlin's response to JC appropriate? Absolutely. Somebody poked you in the eye and you feel exceptional to it, you're going to respond in the way that you would respond, which is you're going to get in her face. It is what it is. Now you look at Marina and Tina's response to that. Well, their response to it is, hey, y'all not about to gang up on my teammate. It's in the moment. I get it. I understand that. I think what the difference is for me specifically is later on in the game, when there was a one-on-one matchup between Sophie Cunningham and J.C. Sheldon, that matchup was a little different to me because, one, Fever's up 17 points. They're naturally going to win this game. It was a one-on-one situation. It's 46 seconds left in the game. Typically, when it's under a minute and you know that there's no chance at that point of another team coming back, you don't even play defense that hard, right? You just kind of let the person score or do whatever. The fact that not only was it a hard foul, but it looked and appeared to be an intentional wraparound throw to the ground. See, now we're tiptoeing in territory in which someone could get injured, things could get a little different, and that's never where we want to go. Physicality is good, competitiveness is good, and Coach Stephanie White nailed it. When you get competitors who compete at a high and elite level, and you add in the officials who did not do a good job of getting control of the game early when that first situation broke out around the first and second quarter. When you don't do that, there were no warnings initiated. There was nothing that really set the tone from an officiating standpoint to say, we're not going to go too far in this game because we're just not going to play that kind of basketball. Nothing like that was established. So Stephanie is right in the fact that you could see how this game was going to go. These two teams have played together tough when they played a couple of weeks ago. There is a history here. JC and Caitlin have a history. They played against each other in the Big Ten from Iowa and Ohio State. So yeah, we talk about rivalries. This is how you build one. This is how one sustains. Physicality, absolutely. We love to see the girls get spicy, but we do have to make sure that in that we're not aiming to intentionally harm or hurt another player.
Yeah, Coach White also said that she did feel that it was a true flagrant foul that Sophie Cunningham committed, and I know we haven't shown that video, but I feel like on the other side you could say that is a teammate in Sophie Cunningham defending Caitlin Clark, even though it is seconds left in the game, because is it fair that it might feel that people are targeting Caitlin Clark? Do you view it like that? Because it seems like anytime she gets touched, we end up talking about it.
Yeah, I don't think that that's fair at all, and I don't think it's fair to say that she's being targeted. This is a conversation that we had again last year. These women are not targeting Caitlin. Caitlin is a competitor just like everybody else on the court. It is basketball, and physicality happens in this league. And for whatever reason, that there's this notion that because it's women and because it's the WNBA, there's going to be softer, that these things don't happen. I distinctly remember as a kid watching the Detroit Shock, and my girl Planette Pearson got real with Candace Parker, right? And that was back in like 2008. So this is not new. This happens all the time. I think fans specifically who may not be used to this have to understand that physicality happens, that this is the way basketball is played, and nobody's going to go easy on a player because they're your favorite player or because they're a popular player. Caitlin doesn't expect people to go easy on her. Like it's just the way the game is played, and there are rules and consequences in effect for those things. So when it gets out of hand, there is ejections. When it gets too close or unnecessary, there are flagrants. Like there are penalties in place for these things. Now it is up to the officials to correctly call those penalties and outline how the game is going to be officiated from the beginning to be consistent. And that's an issue that everyone has had with the officiating over the course of this season, last season, and the season before that. It's not new, but we cannot continue to make it seem like Caitlin Clark is a victim in every situation, because she gives it, she takes it. It is the way basketball is played. We literally have to talk about it in that moment and then move on.
Completely agree, and that's why we love basketball, because it gives us just so many different aspects of it. And at the end of the day, it's a WNBA, but it is basketball, and that's all that it is. Terrika Foster-Brasby could not have said it any better. Thank you once again. And if you want some more of that W action, well, we have just one game in the league tonight. It's the Mercury and the Sun playing out there at 7 Eastern. The Sun still trying to kind of figure things out. And of course, you always can catch Terrika because she's rocking with the Sun, working for them all the time. Check it out, 7 Eastern.